get going. So as you guys know, the Life app is ridiculous. It's brand new, launched March 1st. It's the craziest shopping consolidator ever. And when Oren first told me about this, I knew that we could use digital marketing to blow this business up. We could use digital marketing, Facebook ads and Instagram ads and LinkedIn ads and email marketing and text blasting to get thousands of downloads. And you guys know that when somebody downloads this app and uses it, we get paid. And the app is amazing because it gives cash back whenever you use it. You also get crypto back. And this is the first app in the world that anybody with Bitcoin can load the Bitcoin into the app and finally can spend it. And it's amazing. And it's just going crazy. And as you guys know, it's accepted all over North America. There's an amazing comp plan behind it, which it's just crazy. But I'm going to skip ahead here a bit. So what I did right away, starting back in November, is I started testing ads. So I started running these Facebook ads to an app download page, and basically 10 to 15 bucks a day, I can get dozens of downloads a day. And if you get 1,000 people to download and use this app, then you're going to make $3 to $4 grand a month in income just off of that. And then I created some funnels where one is I run Facebook ads to a free book offer. I wrote a book called The Easier Life Guide to Affiliate Marketing. And people download the book. They get sent to a confirmation page for a calendar appointment. And it's blown up. And now the survey funnel is ridiculous. People fill out the survey. They come to a page where I tell them about the Life app. Then they forward on to a full presentation where I make an irresistible offer. Get all the digital marketing training for free if you join, and then it goes right to the sign up page. But that's where I was at. Let me just stop sharing my screen for a second. I'll get Patrick on here with me. That's where I was at. So we started doing this in November together. We had hundreds of people sign up. But the only way that I knew to help people do this, to teach digital marketing, was to get everybody to sign up for a ClickFunnels account. And then I'd teach how to build the funnels. But it turned into a nightmare because I was losing people to the funnels. People would create ClickFunnels accounts and they'd start trying to build these funnels, and I'd never find them again. I thought, I'm going to go insane, because to make money in network marketing, you got to be out there creating exposures. You got to get people to look at the opportunity. And people were getting so frustrated trying to build these funnels that I figured if I didn't find a solution, it was all going to fail. And then a friend of mine introduced me to Rapid Funnels. And I had heard of Patrick from the industry over the years. Just an amazing human being. Now, Patrick says he's on, but I don't see him. What did he? Oh, there we go, right there. Perfect. All right, brother. Let me get you on here as you're coming on. I just promoted you as a panelist. As Patrick's coming on here, there he is. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear, my friend.
Awesome. Good to see you, brother. So like I was saying, guys, this is Patrick Shaw. He's the founder of Rapid Funnels, the CEO, an incredibly established and successful network marketer himself. So I was building these funnels. Things were going well in the team. People were busting through ranks like nobody's business. But like what I'm telling you right now is what I told Patrick a couple months ago. I said, man, I need to find a solution, because I don't want to take my entire network marketing team and lose them all as they're trying to build funnels. And when Patrick told me what he had envisioned for Rapid Funnels and how it would help people, I mean, what was really crazy is he showed me a product that he's going to explain to you guys tonight, and that a lot of you have already downloaded, that could take all of the funnels that we've created that are converting and working and give them to you so you can start using them on day one. But not just that, it turns the entire prospecting process into a game. And you can literally text your friends, and you can email, you can share on social media. And then when I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, I can run ads to this. And Patrick, we were down at the launch convention all weekend. I got the flu down there, which was fantastic. But brother,
that's a surprise. You've been sleeping like 4 hours a night and spinning 50 plates.
But listen, I know you're going to want to see this, and I'll show you a little bit of this later off in our webinar here. I did a private training on Facebook ads with a group of 50 today, and I started a Facebook ad, a traffic ad to the survey page. And just in the last 3 hours, spending only $10 today, I've had 11 prospects fill out the survey, go through the first video, and watch as much as 90% of the second video from
That's
Facebook ads.
awesome.
It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So anyway, could you, take some time with us now and maybe start by sharing a bit of your vision and then taking us on a tour? A lot of my guys and gals are really, what they really want to know is what's the best way to use the product to get the best results.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Ken, it's great to be with you. I know how hard you've worked on this, man. You put a ton of energy, a ton of time, and your enthusiasm is exciting because the amount of work and energy you put in, you blew my mind when you told me the number of people that were on the ClickFunnels platform. And obviously, it's a plight of many people in network marketing today is they're all looking for solutions in technology, but nothing's really designed for the industry. And that's awfully frustrating. So what I'll do, let me share my screen real quick. I'm going to give these guys a quick overview of how we got to this place, right? And one thing I would encourage you to do, especially if you're a leader, if you're trying to build a team and really focus on how do I get the team to duplicate, I'd encourage you to read a book called The 4 Disciplines of Execution. In that book, it just says, look, the 4 disciplines of achieving anything are: 1, you better have a wildly important goal. 2, identify the lead measure. And the lead measure in our business of networking is how many times does the story get told? It's prospecting and follow-up. Those are the lead measures. Now, in a perfect world, you'd have a scoreboard like the NBA playoffs. They have a wildly important goal, and there's a scoreboard, right, that everybody can see. And then 4 is a cadence of accountability. You create a culture in the organization. When I got started 20 years ago, now I've been in networking. I built a 500,000 person organization. I've earned more millions than I can count. But my sponsor, when I got started, said, fax me your tracking sheet. And I said, well, what's that? And he explained to me a tracking sheet. And the next time I complained, he said, fax me your tracking sheet. And he was always lovely and kind and thoughtful, but he's like, hey, fax me your tracking sheet. And I knew that an exposure really should take about 5 minutes. And I knew that I was telling him I was working 20 hours a week. And I knew that I had 10 names on the sheet of paper. Now, 10 names for the week times 5 minutes is 50 minutes. We can all count. So I was going to have to explain to him what I did with the other 19 hours when 80% of my time was supposed to be spent on what? The lead measure. I never faxed him that sheet. Today, we're going to show you how it's all in your app, everything, except the wildly important goal. You got to help people create a wildly important goal. Then, right in the app, we're going to be able to tell you not only the quantity and quality of your exposures, but the people that you work with. So from a leadership perspective, you can quit wasting time with what I call, the shallow brook runs the loudest. People that talk a big game, but they're not doing the activity. Now, this is not a tool to beat them up. You want to love them all, but it is a tool to help you get to the heart of the matter more quickly. So we're going to provide the compelling scorecard and ultimately a cadence of accountability. As you guys know, the fundamentals of network marketing, they really haven't changed in 50, 100 years. I mean, hour-long network marketing, Ken, you're probably a student of it too. Maybe 70 years the industry's existed or something?
Exactly. It's
always been relationships. Now, that doesn't mean you don't leverage cold market and funnels and all kind of things, but ultimately, you got to have a conversation. You got to engage with people, right? It takes a few exposures. And so the fundamentals haven't changed. It's a law of large numbers. Duplication and simplicity are the key, but the environment has changed dramatically. And if you don't do what Ken did, then what your team is going to do is they're going to look for all these different tools. Now, every one of these, I can name a platform that offers one of these things. CRMs, social sharing tools like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, video tracking platforms and surveys, and mobile-first strategies and autoresponders and webinars. Right, Ken? I mean, every single one of these terms has a company or 10 or 20 or 100 companies behind it. The problem is none of them were built for network marketing.
Right.
And they certainly weren't built for duplication. So you're left out there trying to piecemeal all these different platforms together. And what you're going to see tonight, if you're not already familiar, and I don't know if we can have any testimonies, but that's the most exciting piece. When people get into it, they start going, wow, all of these are built in. And I didn't have to create anything. I could leverage the experience of Ken. Like, this dude knows marketing inside and out, 7 ways to Sunday. And it's like, in a sense, you get to hand the ball to Michael Jordan and say, hey, I need to make the most out of the next 100 shots. Would you shoot them for me? Because he's creating the content, and all you got to do is deliver it to the market. And that's really exciting. I hope you understand. So now he's going to be able to create a funnel like he'd create it for himself, the best of the best, put his energy, put his time, work with our whole team, launch it, and it's available to everybody. Now, this could cost you literally hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars if you were to pay a third-party consultant to try to create this kind of stuff. And they wouldn't know your business as well as Ken does. So anyway, I don't want to go too far with that. You've got it all at your fingertips now. And all you've got to do is literally download the app and go to work. So Ken, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show your guys' app, but I logged in on my phone, so you'll have to find me there as well.
All right, I'll do that right now.
Give me sharing capabilities.
Yep, stand by.
And then we'll walk in. I'm somewhere in there. And then I should see it. I logged in separately on my app.
Did you log in as Patrick there too?
I think so, or Rapid Funnel or Patrick. Yeah, Patrick Shaw. Yeah, I'm in as Patrick Shaw.
Oh yeah, got it. Yeah, we see it right here. Stand by. Promote handles.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I've got. I will definitely get Lynn Faulkner on in a little bit. She started using Rapid Funnels 5 days ago. She's got 52 exposures. She's winning our contest, and she's already signed up 2 people with our top package from Rapid Funnels.
How awesome is that?
Yep.
That is fantastic. There's Lynn right there. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So there's Lynn right at the top in rewards. I like it. So there's your app, guys. I'm just in a demo version, for us, but I want to show you the different features. So when you download the app, the first thing that you're going to notice is that every one of these buttons on the home screen is active. So I can click on contacts, of course, and it's going to pull up all my contacts. I can click on the red button and see who my hottest prospects are. I can click on stats, and I can see the different stats. And why this is important is literally right from the home screen, we can show you the quantity and the quality of the exposures. So let me explain this briefly. This says 9 exposures, okay? 9 exposures and 9 engaged. Now, what this would mean is that I put 9 unique prospects in the app that I sent information to. That's the only thing we'll measure in exposed, contacts exposed, right? Engaged will say how many of those prospects clicked on information. So if you're making a good exposure, your engagement percentage will be very high. Maybe not 100%. You should expect somewhere about between 60 and 90% if you're doing a good job, okay? If you're doing a bad job, you're going to be somewhere between, really bad and 40%. Average among all companies is about 35%. So that's not really great. That's average, right? Maybe 33%. So just be aware of that. If you do a good job making exposure, you're going to be north of 50%, okay? So because it tells you, do people click on it? I had a young lady once who made 400 exposures in 7 weeks. I invited her to the front of the room to tell her powerful story. I said, how's it going? And she started crying. Her name was Shakira. I said, Shakira, what's the problem? She goes, it's not working. So I figured she's just trying to dump names in the app that she's never talked to. And I said, well, how many of these people did you actually talk to? She said, all 400. I said, face-to-face or over the phone? On Facebook? What do you mean? She goes, no, I talked to all 400 face-to-face. I'm like, whoa. So let me see your app. She had a 7% engagement rate. Now, this means that 28 of the 400 people she spoke to actually clicked on anything. I said, where do you meet them? Uber. She's an Uber driver full time. I said, I'm going to get in your Uber right now. Tell me the first thing you say. And she goes into this terrible pitch. And I'm like, no. Do you ask me how the weather is or where I'm going or what? I mean, what do you say to me? What's the first thing? She goes, no, that is what I said. And she was very charismatic. She just had no skill set. And so we spent 30 minutes talking about how questions are a window to a person's soul. Discovery, sizzle, invitation. Right? How to win friends, influence people. Just do a couple minutes of discovery. She changed her engagement rate to 72% and hit one of the top positions in the company in the next 6 months. She was hungry and teachable, but she had no skills. You have people like this in your organization. Wouldn't you like to know who's doing the most activity? And then you can spend time with them. You'll see people show up on a leaderboard that you didn't even know existed, and they're quietly busting their butt. And somebody else is loudly doing nothing. And you're spending the wrong time with the wrong folks. So this front page is really powerful here. We'll get into some specific ways that you can make exposures and some more details. But Ken, is that we on track here? Is there anything else you want me to be sharing, or we'll keep going?
No, keep going, brother.
Okay. So here we are on the home screen. So I'm going to go out and I'm just going to go. And I'm just going to do this a little fictitiously, Ken, but I'm going to pretend that I bump into you at the football game or whatever the situation may be. And I'm going to go and put Ken Dunn's information in here. And Ken, do give me your real phone number, though.
905
447
6140.
6214?
No, 6140.
Okay. So look. And then I'm going to, just for the sake of speed here, because I have him in my real phone, I'm going to make up an email that I know actually works. And here's the thing. When I put his email in right now, and then I add some notes, stud, and how many kids he has, and where I met him, and what state he lives in, a couple things. And I may have handed him my phone, guys. I literally could have been at a game and handed him my phone and said, hey, listen, well, let's connect on that. I don't know if there's a fit, but I'll send you a little bit of information. He hands me the phone back. Now, I didn't want him to see when I handed him my phone that I was going to rate him as a prospect. So now I hit the plus button and I rate him as a prospect. You know what else I want to do? I want to put a label in there. And as you guys can see, now Ken may want to create a few labels for you because he knows certain places where you meet people. And Ken, you can set this up, but they can also create their own label. So I might put, okay, I met this person on Facebook, and I want to label everybody that I met on Facebook, right? So I apply that. So now I know Ken is a stud. I've got notes. He's a 5-star stud. I've met him on Facebook. I save. I just pinged his email address to verify it was accurate. We discovered early on that 30% of all emails were fat fingered. That they weren't intentionally wrong. Somebody just put something in wrong. And so we have a 99.7% delivery rate on email. And the reason is we do a lot of things, like I just mentioned, we ping the email in advance. So we know it's accurate. Now I want to put him into a specific campaign. Ken, could you talk briefly about these three campaigns and why I might choose each one?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first campaign, the affiliate funnel, is our survey funnel. And as you know, Patrick, we spent a lot of time before we launched it to the team testing this themselves and running just warm traffic, texting people that we know. We're getting about a 97% completion rate, which blows my mind. And I mean, I've seen really great survey results, but what makes this survey really great is that there's a little video right at the top of the survey that's me. And I'm telling everybody that gets it, if they do the survey, we're going to give them free access to a course on how to build their Facebook page. And it works really well. And then, of course, they get into the email autoresponder campaign as well. And then from there, they go to a 5-minute explanation about our opportunity. And then they go to a 45-minute presentation. And then they go right to a sign-up page if they want to. Now, most people that are going through this now, they're watching the 45-minute presentation, but the best result for them, for you that's using the system, is to call the people after they've gotten into the system. So Patrick in a second can show you where the contacts created and the phone number is. The second is the customer funnel. You literally can send out this funnel to somebody you want to download the app and become a customer. And then after we get this up and running, we're going to start building new campaigns inside of Rapid Funnels where we're automatically going to upgrade customers to affiliates. And so there's lots of cool stuff there. And then the third funnel is the free book giveaway. So I wrote a book called The Easier Life Guide to Affiliate Marketing. It's between you and I, it's 80% about the Life app. And you can give it away to somebody for free. And then when they grab the book and download it, they get sent right to an appointment setting page. When you guys set up your Rapid Funnels account, you can add a link to a calendar. You can use Calendly. And this funnel will actually book appointments for you to talk to prospects. And that's just what we're starting with. And Patrick, as you know, we've got several other funnel ideas that we're going to be releasing to the team over the next year.
That's awesome, Ken. So let me give everybody an idea how you might use this. Okay. So first of all, if you want to see those campaigns, just go to your home screen, click on the campaign button, click on whichever campaign you want to read. And then there are all the emails. And if I click on day 7, you can see exactly what it says. Now, these are going to come from you. They're not coming from Ken. So they're going to come to your prospect, from you to your prospect, which is why the open rate is so high. Like the average opt-in rate is 32%. Now, the average opt-in rate in email is like 2 or 3% at best. How do we get 32%? Because it's personal. It's person to person. It's peer to peer. It's one-to-one. It's real relationship based. You know, all businesses are trying to get into social media marketing. Well, look, the reality is the essence of social media is social, and social is people to people, right? So now you get the best of all worlds. But anyway, here's how I would use it, okay? Personally, is I would say, okay, I put a contact in, like I put Ken in, and now I might want to send some information myself. So I have 2 buttons up here, event invite and send a resource. So before I put the prospect into a campaign, and you can test this yourself and see what you like best. You know, if I bump into a prospect that I think to myself, you know, I'm probably not really going to follow up with this person if I'm being honest with myself. I'm just going to put them in a campaign right out of the gate. I'm going to tell them, hey, listen, I'd love to send you a little bit of information. Check your email right now. And I literally put them in a campaign on the fly, have them check their email, have them click on the link and opt in, and boom, now they're going to be getting content from me. But if I think, hey, they're pretty sharp, I want to follow up with them, I might wait to put them in a campaign. And the first thing I'll do is put them in my app, hit send resources, right? And then here are the resources that are available. Life App Customer, Life App Affiliate, and Affiliate ebook. So here are resources that I can choose from. Now, here's what I really like. Life App Affiliate. Now, this is somebody that you're leading kind of with the opportunity. And would you guess which category you want to use first? Peak, present, enroll, or activate? Well, sure, it's peak. The point being is it's simple for the brand new person. They're not confused. If they click on peak, there's only 2 tools to use: the affiliate survey and the affiliate survey with follow-up. So it'll take them from a survey, I assume, to a video, Ken. So let me click on survey there. Congratulations, you're qualified to be an affiliate marketer. And there's a video right there. Watch the presentation now. Of course, it's got, I'm not really Joe Funnel, but this is a demo account. It'll have your name, your picture, your email address. Everything is right there. So we do all of this, guys. All you have to do is download the app. So all of this is personalized to you. And then they're getting to hear Ken's message delivered right there. So really powerful. Now, once I've piqued interest, Now I want to present. I want them to see the full presentation. Now, I'm not sending this stuff blindly. I am texting them usually in advance. So in this case, I would literally go from Ken Dunn to, I'd go to the affiliate to present. I want to send Ken the full presentation. I click on it and boom, I text it over, right? So here now I open it up and this is what the prospect is going to see. And of course, it's mobile friendly. Now, here's the crazy part. When Ken clicks on this and watches it, if I go back to my contact screen, do you see these 4 buttons down here? Notes, reminders, activity log. I can see every presentation I sent to Ken chronologically, and I know when he clicked on it, and I know how many minutes of the video he watched. Now, if he does enough watching, Ken is literally going to become a hot prospect in my app. And I'm going to get a push notification that tells me I have a new hot prospect. Isn't that crazy? So, really powerful. Under rewards, hopefully you're getting familiar with that as well. You know, we want to gamify prospecting and follow-up. So not only do we want to make it more effective for you to prospect and follow up, but the goal is let's actually increase the number of times exposures are being made. So here's what I encourage all of you guys to do is 1, click on rewards and look at the leaderboard. And then go over to the leaderboard and click that button in the top right-hand corner, the brag button. And I'm guessing you guys have a team Facebook page or something like that. And I don't even have to take a screenshot. The brag button will do it for me. And then I can post this screenshot on whatever platform I want with a note maybe that says, hey, Lynn, I'm coming after you. I know you've got 52. I'm not far behind. Look out. And this is creating a culture of accountability, a culture of exposures, a culture of sharing the scoreboard and focusing on the lead measure. Okay? I don't know if the chat window is open. If you guys got any questions, I'm happy to answer those. And let's pause there for a minute. I mean, Ken, I can keep going on all kind of feature stuff. I'll touch on one more. If you click the more button in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see that there are a bunch of different resources here, or a bunch of different tools, from the calendar invite to the coaching feature. And we'll talk about a few of those in a minute. But Ken, let me jump to you for a minute before I get too long-winded here.
Well, what I want to do right now is, we can minimize this a little bit. Let's find Lynn. Lynn, do me a favor and just raise your hand on the Zoom platform. We're going to embarrass you for a second and bring you on here. Lynn Faulkner only joined the Debt Freedom team 2.5 weeks ago.
All right.
And she was here with us last Thursday. Gosh, has it been a week? No, I think it's been 6 days. And she's already signed up 2 people from this system. There she is right there. See if we can get her on here. Hello, young lady.
Hi.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi. Patrick, I love this system. This is pretty awesome.
Thank you.
So, Patrick, like I was telling you, Lynn, it's never used a digital marketing platform before to build her business, but she's obviously the top of the leaderboard in the contest and has already signed up 2 people. Lynn, let's talk about the 2 people that you signed up. Walk me through what actually happened. Did you texted some contacts? They went through the funnels. What did they see? What did you see? How did you turn that into a sign up?
I texted out to my contacts. Some of them, I started off doing the survey, and then I realized a lot of my contacts, I already knew that they were, most of them were interested in network marketing and didn't really need to find out if they were qualified or not. So I switched to number 3, and I started sending out the ebook, download the ebook, and then it went into the webinar after that. And I got a lot of people engaging, and it was really
Now, Lynn, let me slow you down for 1 sec. Did you send a text first, or what did you do first?
I uploaded my contacts, I clicked on resources, and I sent them the capture page for the third funnel.
Did you send any kind of note
so what she
with?
did, Patrick, is she uploaded her text contact into the Rapid Funnel platform and then deployed the resource.
Okay, and did you add any kind of text to that and say, hey, would you do me a favor? Or you just used the pre-written text that was built into the survey?
I honestly didn't like the pre-written text, which I said to Ken, it didn't seem relevant on that particular capture page. It sounded like we'd already had a conversation, which we hadn't. So
Yep.
I created my own and I copied it. I put it on my notepad and I copied it so that when I sent the text, I had to backspace and delete what was there. I kept their first name. I put their first name and then I pasted my text in there. And
Which is perfectly fine. So I just want people to understand, because sometimes they need to slow down and go, okay, exactly what? So Lynn went into the app. And now, did you use the import feature or did you use it on the desktop?
I used the import. I was on my phone and I just imported contacts.
So Lynn went to the home screen. She clicked on the plus button down here at the bottom, okay? And right here, she clicked on that. And then she clicked the import button in the top right-hand corner. She clicked import. And obviously, she chose multiple contacts because she wanted to import a bunch of people. And it takes usually a second because I got about, 6,000 names in here or something. So it's tapping into my phone's database. And now she just went and started clicking one by one. Now, we don't let you import all because we know, we don't even measure that. If you import 1,000 people, we will show 0 on your exposures. Why? Because you didn't send the 1,000 anything. We only measure when you import them and send them something. Okay, I want everybody to understand that. So Lynn went in, she imported, clicked on a bunch of contacts, just like this, and then she hit import, and then bam, then she went right over. Now she's got them in her contacts. It still says 0 right here, but she clicks on contacts, and now she clicks on a name, and she would say send resource. And which resource did you send, Lynn?
I sent the third one. I clicked on the affiliate ebook. And I did the.
Is that enroll?
That's the second one. I did the third one, the affiliate ebook.
Oh, the affiliate ebook.
And I did the capture page.
Capture page, and you texted it mostly?
And I mostly texted it unless, I can't remember why, but I did end up sending a few emails.
Okay. So then she texted it, and what she's saying is, you see this, it says, Ken, this is what would go automatically that was in there. This may be just the info you need to make your decision. Now, Lynn didn't love this piece, so she cut and pasted, and she just hit the back button, right? Went right back to Ken, and then she went and hit the paste button, and boom. It was really simple. Now, how long did that whole thing take if I wasn't sitting here talking to Lynn? Maybe 5, 6, 7 seconds, right? The whole process. So, and we're doing things to even help you, Lynn, automate that even more quickly. If you have like a pre-written text, we're going to make it so you can make that adjustment and then just go send. But I wanted everybody to see. So now continue your story. So then what did you do? Once you sent that text with the link, then what happened?
Then I started getting notifications of engagement and
you got those via push notification right in the app. It told her that somebody had done something.
Right. And I was also getting emails that somebody had done something. So that was really cool that I was getting notified. And a couple of people made appointments because at the end of that funnel, I Calendly to set up an appointment to talk to me. So all of a sudden I had 2 appointments set up for phone calls. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool.
Now, I don't know. How's that work? How did you send the Calendly?
At the end of that last funnel, it requests a calendar, which I had set up my calendar.
No, let me just jump in there for a second because a couple people have asked questions about this now. Guys, what we're doing here that's really special that Patrick's team did for us is in the free ebook funnel on the last page, there's a 5-minute video where I explain a bit about the Life app. And then I say to the person that's looking at it, hey, listen, I'd really like you to book an appointment with one of my coaches. And if you do, make sure you ask them for free access to my 100,000 Fans in 100 Days course. So I'm giving them a free $300 course for talking to you. And they click on the button below that, and it goes right to your Calendly link. So somebody asked me a little while ago, why is the free, Paul said the ebook link is broken. How did she send that? Paul, in order for the ebook funnel to be working, you've got to go to your settings and add a Calendly link. So you go to calendly.com, you can really quickly set up that funnel. And Patrick,
so we can do that. I want to show them real quick. So I'm in more. I can click on settings, and you guys can do it right here in the settings feature.
Oh, nice.
So I didn't know that. This is super cool. I didn't even know we had a Calendly link. They must have done that just for Ken. So here's the Calendly link. And if I click on change, obviously I don't have one in here. I would put my Calendly link, and then it would show up where Ken is talking about.
That's awesome.
It's brilliant, and it's working like crazy.
That's awesome.
And both guys that, the first person that made the Calendly, I called him because he'd made it for Monday because that's when my calendar was open because I was at an event. So I just picked up the phone and called him. I said, I have some time right now. And he ended up signing up that night. So he was my first sale from the Rapid Funnel. And the other person that created that calendar, I spoke to him and his wife, and they're really interested. They want to join. So I have another person coming in that was from last week, and I signed up someone. I've signed up 2, and I have 2 more coming in from just this process, just this exercise. This was just a fun exercise that Ken just said, hey, we're gonna have a little contest, load your contacts and start texting. And so I was doing it because it was a contest and it was an exercise in our class. And the next thing I know, I'm getting signups and sales. I'm like, wow.
You're a superstar, Lynn. Just doing the activity. Way to go.
Yeah, what's really interesting about this, and Patrick, I'd love you to speak to this for a second. What this does, it does all the heavy lifting for you. So you can put your contact into the app, send out the resources, let the resources do the talking, and then get on the phone with them, answer a few questions, and sign them up. And if you're still lacking the confidence to answer a few questions, sign them up, just hook up with your 3-way, your upline support partner, and let your upline support partner close them for you. This just takes away all of the tough part, the heavy lifting.
Ken, that's it. I mean, and I like the balance that you present it with as a professional, right? It's not a black box. You can't hide behind it. You have to be involved. But the challenge sometimes is when you have 5 minutes, when you're waiting on your kids in a parking lot, do you have a way to go make 4 or 5 exposures? Do you have a way to make 4 or 5 follow-ups really quick? And this gives you that tool. Now it's just about you creating the habit around saying, okay, no excuses. I can literally stay in activity mode right here, right now. So as an example, you might scroll through your phone, and there's lots of ways to do searches. So let's say you got 5 or 10 minutes to kill, and you go in here and stay on and see if you have any comments here, Lynn, to add to this. But I go into my contacts, and I can click up here to the right-hand side, and I can search lots of different ways: new to old, old to new, reminders or campaigns, or star rating. How did I rate the prospects? So come up with a system that says, you know what? I'm going to rate everybody. Basically, they're going to get a 3-star rating in my mind, unless they really showed some interest, or they just blew me away. They got contacts, credibility, time, freedom, and they're hungry for a change, right? What's your rating system? But anyway, you can use this to sort. And then you go in and say, hey, listen, here's Ken. Here's the reminder button. I'm going to send Ken a text right now, just a straight up text. Jump into my text and say, hey, Ken, wanted to follow up with you. What's happening? Or check this out. Maybe I want to go to my contacts and just click on activity log. Now, this chronologically tells me every person in my app in what order they've been viewing information. So I want to go down and I go, oh, look, this guy, Ken, he just clicked on the full presentation. He watched 100% of it. He's watched 3 videos in the last day. He became a hot prospect. I see it all right here. So I'm just going to click on his name. Right? And now I go there and I say, wow, I'm going to follow up with Ken with the text right now. I have a quick text message. He says, hey, can we connect? Are you available this afternoon? No, tomorrow's better. Great. So now I hit reminders, add a new reminder. I click on tomorrow, the 2nd, tomorrow the 2nd tomorrow the 2nd at 12:25 p.m. Boom. And then I add a note and I hit save, and that goes to my Google Calendar, my iTunes calendar or whatever, Apple Calendar. And now I've got a reminder set up, right?
Right.
So these are the kind of things that you can do right there, all from the mobile app. Any thoughts on that, Lynn or Ken?
No, I think it's, Patrick, I'm just in awe with the platform. That's why I wanted to get you on here, because I didn't even understand that part. Now, here's the next thing. I know you're pulling up the calendar right now.
Yeah,
still
there's
haven't
nothing
had
in the calendar, Ken.
Well, I was just going to tell you. I knew you were going to say it.
Jeez,
tell
man.
them how
Holy Toledo. What, you've been sitting around doing nothing?
Tell them how it works, because I'm gonna load up all of our webinars on the weekend for our live webinars. So go ahead and tell them a little bit about the calendar.
Okay, so I've sent Ken a video. He's checked out a survey. I've texted him a couple times, and now I really want him to see a great presentation. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go and I text Ken and I say, Ken, tomorrow night, are you available? I've got a superstar, Lynn Faulkner, who's a friend of mine, and she's doing a demo, a live presentation via Zoom. Or there's a live presentation tomorrow night. Now, maybe it's that there's a presentation I want you to see that Lynn did live, which she did live, but it's actually recorded, right? And it happens every single Tuesday and Thursday. So Ken's going to put in some presentations that act and feel like live presentations to your prospects, but they're all in the calendar, so you can depend on them on a regular basis. And he knocked it out of the ballpark. So I go to this prospect who happens to be named Ken, and I say event invite. It takes me right to the calendar. Now I pick a date that I want to invite this fella to this presentation. And when I pick that date, everything that's available on that date will show up under the blue line. Now, I can't show it to you. I'm just kidding, Ken, but there's nothing in here. But if I did click it, and then I could send it via text, email, I could send it via social media, I could send it any way I want. And the prospect is going to get an invitation that literally says, Ken, Patrick has invited you to this webinar. Can you attend? And Ken says, yes. I get a push notification to the app that tells me he confirmed he would attend. They click on the link to join, and there's a countdown clock to that webinar that tells them when the webinar is going to start, right? They get a reminder email, right? And hopefully manually right now, we're going to automate this soon, but manually you set yourself a reminder to call them 5 minutes before that webinar to remind them it's about to take place, right? So that's so powerful. And then if they watch that recorded webinar that feels live to them, we'll tell you if they got on and how many minutes of that webinar they watched. Now that's going to tell you who you should follow up with. I talked to somebody the other night, Ken, who said that one of the most powerful things for her in the app was that, you know, you never know when you send stuff if prospects are interested. They don't usually call you up and go, hey, I was just watching 3 of your videos. They just don't do it. That's why you had to follow up with everybody. But now at least, she said it gave her a confidence because she could look in the app, see the activity log, and she knew they were watching videos. So even though they didn't call and tell her, it gave her this sense of confidence to call and say, hey, I wanted to check in on you. And they were like, oh, yeah, I was just watching something of yours. Oh, no kidding. That's awesome. Right? And she goes, that little bit of confidence was a game changer for her. I thought that was a great testimony.
Hey, Patrick, one of the people on the webinar says, is there a way to search by recently added contacts so I can send those quickly? Like I meet 3 people at a game. I'm not quite sure if I understand that question.
Yeah, sure. I think I understand it. So sure, if I go to contacts, right? I just go to my contact list here and all I have to do is click to the top right there. Now I can filter too. Maybe I put in the notes where I met them or how I met them, and I just want to search by the filter itself. And I can search because I created labels called Facebook. Or over here to the right, I can search new to old. And it'll just organize my contacts from all the newest ones to the oldest ones based on when I put them in. You bet.
Yep, makes sense. Got it. Lynn, do you have any other comments or questions you want to share?
Well, one thing I did when I was going through all my contacts is right before I sent the person the text message, I gave them 1 star. And then when I was going through, I knew who I'd already sent something to because I couldn't figure out how I would know who I already hit and who I didn't. So that was my way of reminding myself, okay, that person already got a message from me because I gave them a star.
So you didn't know the activity log existed?
Well, I guess not.
Well, that's all right. You guys are all new.
I was looking at them all in a line, and I thought maybe it showed up on the line of the contacts. It showed they had a star. So then I knew those people had already got it. So I was trying to give myself a way to keep track.
You can look at activity log in 2 ways. One, go to the contact like I am right now, and then click activity log, and I can see specifically Ken's history. Or if I just go to contacts in general and I click on activity log, I can see all the prospects in my system and who most recently has been clicking and viewing information. Okay?
Click on your contacts list where it just shows you all your contacts.
Right there?
Yeah. See, when you're just scrolling through, all those ones that had a little star, I already knew I already did it. So I was just going through my list trying to.
I gotcha. That's how you organize them. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, everybody, you can do different methods, but that's great. And guys, 25% of the hot prospect algorithm. So you see Ken has got a 39 as a score. Well, what if I change Ken to a 4-star prospect? That score drops to 33. But only 25% of the score is how I rate Ken. The other 75% is based on the activities he has been taking.
Okay.
Right? So when you get a hot prospect all of a sudden, it's kind of exciting because they've been checking information out. And that's where if you're using the campaigns, so let's say you follow up for a week or two, you're just not getting any traction, the timing's not right. Usually it's not the wrong person, it's the wrong time. So put them in a campaign, let the system do some work for you, the heavy lifting, as Ken said. And now 3 months later, when they start watching 3 or 4 videos, all of a sudden one day, they show up as a hot prospect, or you look in your activity log and you see they've been watching information even before they became a hot prospect. Now you know who to call. Okay, or maybe you go to contacts and you rate by score. I want to see not just my hot prospects, but I want to see who has the hottest score. Okay? All right, guys. Well, I've got one more webinar here shortly, but I'm loving what you're doing, Ken. The amount of work and content that you're creating, you're just a machine. And look, good technology is important, but I can also tell you, it's like putting bad gasoline in a Ferrari if you don't have good content and good creative. And one of the things we love about this relationship is that you've got both. You've got the tech, you've got the creative, and you're delivering the process that in the coaching, no less, that's almost the 4th leg of the stool. Right. So you've got the creative, you've got a good process, you've got the tech, and you're providing the coaching, which I hope the organization will drive that coaching and that help down through the group.
Yeah, no, it absolutely will. And to everybody that's here, the one thing I want to just remind you of, and very humbly, of course, because each and every one of you is here of your own desires, your own fruition, you're a volunteer. This rapid funnel system, as amazing as it is, it won't work on its own. You get the point? You've got to use it. You've got to be a Lynn Faulkner. You've got to get into it every day and just start pushing those resources out and trust the resources. And like you heard Patrick allude to, Lane and I are building new funnels all the time. We're coming up with new strategies to take the rapid funnels to entirely new levels. And Patrick and I are joined at the hip, so we're always brainstorming on new ways to serve the community. But the people that are going to get the most out of rapid funnels are the people that put the most into rapid funnels. So use this as part of your business. Start dreaming bigger dreams and know that we're going to get there together. Patrick, thank you so much for taking your time with us tonight, brother, and we'll talk to you soon.
You bet. Sorry I didn't get to all the comments. I just saw a lot of great comments, Ken, but appreciate you guys. I'll be on again.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Good night.